30 minutes just to like cut this shit after. But
so anyways, I was thinking about doing a cheesy pickup line earlier for this part right here, this very entrance part of coming into this podcast. But I ended up Googling it at work and found myself reading a recipe for cheesy potato soup instead of cheesy pickup lines. So I don't have any. I didn't bring any. And I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
dude, give me the fucking recipe.
The best pickup line I've ever heard?
Yeah.
Are you an angel? Because I have an erection.
I wasn't expecting. I was expecting something else.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite one that I've heard so far.
This isn't a pickup line, but I used it at work, and I think I've heard it from some other people. I was leaving, and I was like, "Well, it's time to make like a baby and head out."
That's pretty good.
And it was at the Dean Clinic, so the nurses were like looking at each other. They were like, "What did he just say? That's gross."
Was it like the pediatrics area?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I was kind of hoping it was.
Yeah. It's that one where that Joe guy.
Oh, that's urgent care.
Oh yeah. Duh. Why didn't I think of that? I'm so stupid. God.
So, anyways, welcome to the podcast, guys.
Hello.
This
Thank you
is-
for having me.
This is the very first podcast that we're doing. It's called the Rotten Apple Podcast. This is the origin, and this is our chapter. So,
Once upon a time.
we're going to talk about the history of us and how we kind of became friends.
I feel like
And-
my track is gonna have a bunch of heavy breathing.
Your track probably is a bunch of heavy breathing, anyways. The sound guy can hear it.
Okay. Don't. He said, "Please don't."
Anyways,
Piss me off.
is there any time like that that you want to like discuss specifically, like the history of what we are and everything?
Whoa. I think I met you first in kindergarten,
Yep.
and then after, I don't remember most of that, but after that it was like what,
Seven
grade. Years.
Seventh grade, we hung out again. Well,
And then-
actually, for the first time.
And that was
That's-
back when I had really long hair. It was
think-
gross
yeah.
looking.
You looked
Oh.
like Jesus.
I had a mustache at age
Mixed with
13.
Oh my
caveman.
god, I forgot that was his nickname. God damn.
Yeah, and
I didn't know your name was Dan for the longest time.
Yeah, that was like literally that's all I was called was Jesus.
Yeah.
And no one even.
Some people
I had-
called you Jesus.
Yeah, they straight
thought you
up
were-
thought I was Mexican, and
Yep.
I'm just sitting there like, I mean, I can see it,
Right.
but and then the upper class they were 8th graders at the time. They were asking me how old I was because of my mustache, and I was just like 13. And I know he didn't have a response because he said, "So that explains it," which it didn't explain anything at all.
What?
And then I think it was towards the beginning of the 7th grade year when we started hanging out because
Yeah.
it was still snow outside.
It was that time when you beat up that one kid. I don't want to say his name, but
Oh,
you beat him up
God.
in the hallway because he kept pushing you, and then you like beat him with a trash can.
That wasn't the whole story.
Well, yeah, I know there was a lot more to it, but
Yeah.
that's after that. I was like, wow, that guy could be my friend.
That was like 6 weeks into the school year. He was like, that guy kind of was like a bully towards me, so I just had enough. And like, obviously,
So you
It was
kicked his ass with
hilarious.
a trash can?
Well, he didn't. He was basically hitting him, and then a teacher came in with a trash can and tried to like put them apart from each other
Oh, I
with
was
the
like
trash
an
can.
assist?
yeah, and then I punched the trash can into him.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
But
Okay.
I never lived that down up until a couple of years ago, since I haven't talked to anybody that much. But and then yeah, that's when That's roughly the same time No, I met Brett first.
Well, Brett and I were right there.
Yeah.
We were in one of the classrooms right in that area, and we both came out and we were like, "Oh God, people are fighting!" And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, back then, like fights were like the coolest thing that ever happened in that
When they
place.
were honorable.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
made me uncomfortable.
1v1s.
They made me uncomfortable, but I still couldn't resist watching
Yeah,
some of it.
Like,
Right.
like one time I just saw somebody throw a punch and like make some dude start bleeding out of his forehead, and it just like
With
I
one
wanted to
punch?
walk home with like really fast. It was weird. Yeah.
And oh my God, I gotta tell this one quick. So you remember Miguel?
Yep.
Me and him were talking. It was in like the main lobby of the high school, and there was a lot of people. It was crowded as hell, and we looked at each other, and Miguel was like, "Wouldn't it be cool if a fight just started?" And then, literally, 3 seconds later, a fight broke out right behind us, and then the security guard came in and tackled them both, like hardcore linebacker style.
Mr. Roden?
Oh, I don't know his name.
The big guy?
I
Like
think
the
it
big
was
chubby dude? Bald dude?
Yeah, it was a bald guy, but I think his last name was like more perverted. I forgot his last name.
Huh.
What was it?
I don't know, Mr.
Come
Roden.
line.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's perverted.
Yep.
A little bit.
Anyway,
a
there was that
little stream.
story.
Yeah.
It made us laugh for quite a while.
Yeah, after that fight, we started talking and everything, and then we started, like, skateboarding. We found out that we, like, lived right next to each other.
My
and
Walmart board.
your Walmart board. What was that, an Airspeed?
Oh, God, I don't even know. I just know it was shit.
Oh, man. But it was still fun, because it was, like, back then, like, that was when Dylan had his long hair, too, and he was hanging out
Really
with
long
Travis.
hair?
Bunch of fucking hippies.
We really were. Even I had long hair
Like,
back
yeah.
then.
Yours wasn't long at first, though.
No, it was like
It was
like
like a bowl
shoulder
cut.
almost.
It was
Yeah.
almost like a bowl cut.
Yeah.
don't
Yeah, I looked like
remember.
Rock Lee from Naruto. It was pretty sweet.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, well.
I'm going to get
I'll
a
show
lot of
you.
hate for that one.
No, not at all. I'll show you.
I
I'll show
only,
you soon.
I only know who it is because of your fucking Wii avatar.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's like, who's broccoli?
Oh,
Yeah.
that is his name, isn't it? I can't believe how subtle that was. Oh my God. Oh, and, yeah. I
that guy?
remember. I didn't know his name till now, but I've seen that guy.
Yeah.
My brother was skating with us too at that time.
That's
My mom
true.
likes to think
Yeah.
that he started in grade school. We both had Walmart boards, me and my brother. And he wasn't very good. I wasn't either, but I was getting somewhat to your guys' level at the time.
Right.
Even with a
So
Walmart
like
board.
varials.
Yeah,
That's
that
about
was my
it.
main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my brother, oh my God, this was funny. You guys weren't there. It was me and Brett. We were walking down the street away from my brother. He was skating in the middle of the street, and he's like, check out this pop, shove it. And he went and he like doesn't really do the move. But the board just somehow comes out from under him, and it's flying like 10 feet in the air, and he's like level with the ground, 5 feet in the air, and just slams. And me and Brett were dying, and he's like, "Shut up! I hate skating."
That's probably why you went to the scooter team.
Yeah.
So the origin of the Rotten Apple podcast is actually Dan's brother is actually he was the leader of a scooter team called the Rotten Apples.
That no members were in.
He didn't have any members yet, but he was pretty determined, and those
Well,
razors suck. They really hurt
He
your
didn't
ankles.
have a razor.
He didn't even have a razor?
No, it was my scooter that had like actual pumped tires and brakes.
Oh my
So
god!
it wasn't even able to do like the tricks. It was meant for just cruising. And he wanted to start a scooter club like that.
But like, I mean, you gotta admire it. At least he tried.
Yeah.
And I mean, now we're the Rotten Apple podcast, so
Yeah.
we
That's
gotta.
why I love
He's
it.
inspiring.
He inspired us. He inspired. He's gonna be mad,
Yeah.
but he inspired us.
Maybe he'll want
That's
to
what
come up on here
inspired
and
us.
talk about it.
Just to piss him off.
You know, he made a lot of drawings about it that I made fun of for so long. Well, not to mention his drawing was just bad. But mine's not too much better anymore. I used to be decent, but now I'm just getting worse because I'm getting older. My hands are getting fatter.
Ever since I watched Superbad, I always thought of him as the guy who drew dicks. But what was his name? Seth.
Oh yeah, he did eventually grow his hair long enough too.
Yeah.
My brother. It was gross.
But I also imagined like Josh also being that kind of guy because it's just
Yeah.
Josh. Josh was such a goof.
I thought he was more of an awkward person than well, no, I guess I can see him doing that, drawing dicks on everything.
Yeah, he's awkward. Like his like afro was the greatest thing.
Oh my god.
A lot of it. I remember when Grandpa Chris called him Vagina Head. Like everywhere we went, that's all he called him. And like eventually Josh got upset about it, but it was
He
kind
owned
of
it at first.
yeah, he did. He was with it. Like whenever he fell or anything and his head like bounced and it looked like a mop like hitting the ground and like you shaking it up and down. That was awesome.
That reminds me.
And he kind of went with it.
This is a side story. When I was working at Jake's, I was working with this guy who I didn't know his real name. Everyone called him Pubes. And he owned it. Like, that's all he wanted to be called by. He's like, you call me by my real name, I will kill you. And I guess he got that name because he didn't hit puberty till, like, after high school or something. That's what they told me.
Oh man.
But I
Wouldn't
thought
that be
was,
nice?
That was the funniest
No.
thing in the world, being called Pubes. And then when he went to, like, Starbucks or whatever, they wrote Pubes on his cup. But anyway.
I can't even be mad. I didn't start growing like facial hair till I was like 23. That's how old I am now. So that's I mean, I always had like a little mustache, but like I could never grow any. Yeah, I could never grow anything other than a
Yeah.
mustache until like now.
I remember I started high school and I had like that fucking like
Oh yeah,
tough type, like a soul patch, but it was just like hanging there.
you were like,
I'm like,
Oh,
it
it
was-
that.
Yeah, it
you were
was
like a weak version of a devil.
Yeah, it was long, but it was like thin. It felt like, I don't know. Everybody thought I was ever since like I was 12 to now, like 25, everybody was like, "Oh, are you 20?" Like I didn't age, but I stayed fucking old.
No, I just glued pubes
Yeah.
up here.
You bought them from Scott Tenorman.
Just put carpets in my armpits.
Oh man, that was an episode when Cartman killed his mom
Yeah.
And Dad.
and
That
Daddy,
made me
He made him
uncomfortable.
into chili.
and he made him eat him. That's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you guys have now heard the origin.
Yep.
What are some since our buddy Josh isn't actually here tonight, he's not able to make it. He was stuck with the kids. What do you guys remember most fondly about like the moments with Josh? Dylan, you started up.
Shit. There's so much, but like nothing I can think.
I got one if you
I don't
have
know.
one.
All right, there you go.
I don't know. Yeah.
The Superman sticker, for one.
That was a good one.
There was like a Superman sticker by your front door on the wall, and me and you, I think it was just me, you, and Josh, and me and you were talking about like, oh, how did it get there? Oh, that's weird. A couple seconds later, Josh goes, oh, look, a Superman sticker.
We talked about it for like 5 minutes before he actually said anything.
And we both looked at him and were like, are you stupid?
Really, bro?
Man.
But
was
Josh
great.
also always had this thing about like shadowing. Like one of the times I remember in my my living room, I I used to walk around like, and he would follow me, and he would just like follow me and look down at my feet. Like he was always like the kind of person that would
Yeah.
always look down, and he would just follow me. So eventually, like I think I broke him or helped break him of that habit by walking around the kitchen table like 4 times, and then he was like, Oh. Like, he just realized
I
it
can
then.
take
Like,
a
he's like,
hint after a couple tries.
yeah. I just needed a minute. Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. We always did some stupid stuff back then.
I remember, I think you told me it. I don't think I saw it, but you said he walked dead into like the edge of a door when he was like. I think what you said was it was when your bedroom was still like up in that one room, and I think you said something like he was trying to see if you were awake, and then turned around and hit the door dead on, like dead middle of his face.
I've definitely seen that. Yeah, I definitely remember that.
I just pictured it, and it's great.
Remember when we were running from him in middle school because he wanted to ride home?
Oh my God!
And then like it was like rainy day and everything, so we were running to my dad's car, which was right across the street, like kitty corner from McNeil, and we took this jump across this like giant puddle. Like, I'm saying this was like a 7x7 like foot puddle.
It was pretty big, yeah.
It was big and it was deep. And Dan and I cleared it.
Yeah, no problem.
And we ran all the way to the car, and we looked back, and he's like, "Hey, you guys!" And he's like running after us.
Wait for me.
Wait for me. And then he jumps and does this really like pretty split jump, but his front foot lands at the very edge of the water, slips, and he falls all in the water.
Yeah.
So his entire body was soaked. And he's like, "I hate you guys."
Well, no, I remember seeing your dad because he was picking us up,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked at him, and he starts laughing.
Yeah.
And I turn around, and I see Josh, like,
Getting out of the puddle.
wet and getting up out of the puddle. And he's like, his arms out. And he's like, "I hate you guys."
Yeah, my dad was like cracking up about that. He has not forgotten that to this day. I talked to him about it the other day, and he's still just like, that was one of the greatest moments that I've ever picked you up.
Oh,
So, it was hilarious.
The only time I'll pick you up again is if he messes up again.
Make sure he's with you.
I remember one time I had to give him a ride home, my dad at the time, and my dad didn't know where he lived, and I don't think I felt it was necessary for me to tell him because Josh should have told him, and Josh didn't say anything, and we
He took you like past the house and everything. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, and then he said something stupid like, "Oh, we passed my house," and my dad looked at him like, "Why didn't you say anything?" And my dad's pretty irritable sometimes, and he's like, I could see it in his face, like, "You fucking idiot."
I remember that actually.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
Yeah. What?
We did a bunch of stupid things though. Like we used to climb buildings. Remember when we played Army of Two that one time, and then we started like doing
Yeah.
started climbing buildings.
That
and
game
shit?
like inspired us to do stupid shit.
It was fantastic, actually. Like, I mean, we like really got in shape because of that game.
Yeah.
So thank you, Army of Two.
I never got there.
Dylan never got there, but
Yeah.
but it was
I've
really
never
fun
even
to watch
played Army of
Dylan.
Two.
You didn't?
No.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Dylan, you're like the most fun to watch fall on a skateboard out of
Yep.
our entire.
My God.
Anytime, and
It
I think
happens
it's because
often
you.
too.
I think it's because you fall so hard, and like,
And soft. It's
Yeah.
funny.
yeah, like
Sometimes I just like gracefully roll onto my feet, and the other times I hit the ground and just stop moving.
I had a recording of when you did like a boneless, and then but it wasn't like real.
Oh,
you
God.
did it so slow.
the
and
one
put
with
it
Josh?
on the edge of the bench,
Yeah.
and then it slipped out from under you, and then you fell on your back.
Oh,
all
that
slow.
one. Okay, that was a different one.
that wasn't when you were playing skate with
Okay.
Josh at the
Okay.
pavilion.
It was, but he was like fucking around, and like did that.
Yeah, like he stepped up
Damn,
there.
dude.
Like he didn't even do the boneless. He
Feel
like,
like-
just stepped up there.
I know, it was so funny.
I feel like Josh and I were like boneless kings back then with like Ethan.
I hated it.
Basically,
Yeah.
I hated
Because
boneless.
like whenever I would kickflip, my front foot would touch the ground, so I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna roll with it," and just
Those were like my
no
main
comply
thing.
triple kickflips.
Kickflip.
kick flips. Yeah,
Mine were the varial kick and the fakey big flips. God, I miss doing
I
those.
love those.
like, I landed one kick flip down the sixth set. After that, I pretty much just stopped skateboarding.
Said fuck it.
I don't know what
I
what
lived.
happened, but now
Was
like
that? No, that was a different day. I was thinking about when Nick was filming us.
Oh,
I don't think we actually landed those.
no, we were trying though. We were
Because I
close.
was going for heel and you were going kick.
We were close. But then I remember one time, like, not too long ago, we were just skating and I tried to do a trick on one of the ramps, and I really just tried to, like, roll over a kicker onto, like, another, like, bank. And I just instantly, like, fell, and my hand smacked the ground as hard as, like, all this momentum just coming right in and just whack. And I'm pretty sure I sprained my wrist. And my wrist's been kind of out, and I never went to the doctor about it, but it's kind of like it pops now.
That's gross.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's pop, but I don't think it does it when I squeeze it.
Yeah, it was really, really gross. But
Nope.
But yeah, skateboarding, it hurts a lot more now. Like, I realized when you're 18 and you're falling and everything, and you're like, you've been doing it since you were young, it's fine. And then you take a break and you go back to it, and it feels like you're getting hit by, like, people are like hockey punching you every time you trip or fall or anything like that. It sucks so bad.
I think it was worse. Well, not necessarily, but it feels like it was worse for me because I stopped skating because we had so many people that wanted to play football on the weekends, and I started playing football. I got in, like, really good shape, and it was like to where my body was just like, you need to keep this up or you're fucked. And we stopped playing football. It was like winter. No one wanted to come out. And then it started going into spring. No one wanted to come out. And I started just, like, feeling it after, like, my knees are, like, giving out on the stairs, and it hurts. And then I can't even, like, I went to I usually rearrange my, I suppose I can call it my cave. And
Whoa, what
usually,
kind of cave is that?
not that kind of cave.
Like a little piercing down there or something. You just
My
move
man
around.
cave.
Yeah, I think
really
that's what
small.
we're talking about.
Anyway,
Gross. And hairy.
but I would move stuff around, like, every week. Like, when I'd come home from work, I'd get bored of the way I have everything set up, so I'd change it. And then my back would kill me after every time. So I'm trying to get better. I've been using the weights at my job now for the last few weeks, or month. I don't know. But
Oh, man.
I'm feeling a little better.
That's
about
good.
it. Feel good about myself.
The history of Eclipse. Like, when we first got together as a skate team, we were Eclipse, and we had, like, we were really fucking lame. Like, we had, like, colors for each character, and
Nicknames. Our code names.
Pain and Panic and
Yeah.
Agony, and oh god, it was so cringy. But it's like,
I never got one of those.
no, I got lucky on that.
Yeah.
Josh was Agony, and, like, we drew
That
on
makes
these, like,
sense.
hockey masks.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was hilarious, actually. Like, thinking back on it, because we were really, really weird.
Well, we were teenagers too.
That's what I said. Basically, all teenagers. If you're not weird as a teenager, then
Get off this planet.
you can get out.
You can get the fuck out.
But yes, and then we, I mean, like, we've used Eclipse. I mean, we use it up until this day. Like, we've done so much with Eclipse. Like, we had that, like, military training, solar eclipse. It was SEMC.
Turned into an Xbox clan.
Yeah, we turned it into an Xbox.
What did you guys do when I wasn't around?
Oh, man.
There is a lot that we
Pretty sure you wouldn't have wanted to be around.
did a lot of workouts and everything, which was fun for a little bit. It was good. We were, like, actually doing stuff. And then, like, it just, I don't know what happened. It just didn't work out. Like,
I think what happened was responsibility.
yeah,
We had to
probably.
stop. He's just like,
I was 2 years ahead of that.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Yeah, I
got
forget
married
about
and
that.
shit.
Oh, fuck you.
Hey, you
No,
left
I didn't.
us.
That's-
You left us.
No, I
I
was
think she
taken
made
away.
him, though. Yeah,
He was
he was
taken-
taken
I was
away.
taken
He was
away
kidnapped.
and, like, I was like, I was prisoner, but I didn't know it. I was just like, oh, I guess.
We were like, give
Fuck
us
it.
our family back.
You're gonna be mad at me if I don't propose, so that's why I'm doing it. You know, shit like that. Oh God, I hate my life.
we really wanted to go Taken and come and save you, but
Man,
We
that-
tried.
we did try. We tried a couple
With
times.
the bands and stuff. We were
God,
gonna
dude, I'm still mad about that.
And
Like,
we really
I'm
just wanted to get you out of it.
yeah, like I start like fucking around with music and stuff, and then like out of nowhere, I just get salty about that whole thing. Like, she got mad because she couldn't be in the band, and like
Wasn't she
nobody
gonna be a
wants
singer?
you here, bitch.
Wasn't she?
Yeah, she said she wanted to be a singer.
She was gonna
Yeah.
try and sing, and like she was supposed to sing with me, and I
she's
was like,
fucking
I don't know what she sounds like.
She's
and, like,
terrible.
I'm kind of afraid about that.
I mean, she likes herself, but she's no.
I think.
I can't stand that fucking sound. That like,
She sounds like Stitch
Yoko Ono.
and Stitch, like combined.
God.
Dan and I.
You're breaking up the band, Yoko.
Oh my God, she was.
Yeah.
Like while you
Fucking
were doing all
bitch.
that, Dan and I were like hunting ghosts and hunting werewolves of Bray Road. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
But
It
that
was
harvest
kind of
did.
fun, though.
that harvest moon was
Yeah.
beautiful.
I
though.
would still do that
I did.
today if I had the equipment. That's actually pretty cool.
Ghostbusters and shit.
Yeah, I
Have to get a
wanted to do a
carry
bunch of that
permit,
shit
though.
back then, but you know,
Concealed carry permit if I'm gonna do that shit. I ain't gonna let no ghosts come up on me.
just
I ain't afraid
pull
of
out a
ghosts.
45,
Go back to hell.
You
cock
just killed
that
a
shit
dog.
sideways and send the spirit back.
You just killed my dog.
Oh shit, that was a real person.
It
in bed
spooked me.
sheets.
Well,
You're just really fucking pasty.
I'm so sorry. You glow in the dark.
You look like powder.
I got like, I think I've told you this before about, I was ghost hunting with Corey at his house. Did I tell you that?
I don't
tell you
remember.
that? I can't speak. I'm so like, it was like,
Flustered. You're
remember-
flabbered.
you remember KJ? Are you serious?
you fellas.
I should have brought something. I knew I
A
should.
giant alien cup.
Wow.
It's
From New Orleans.
Gnarly.
no, dude, this is from fucking Beloit Riverfest.
How many
It's,
years ago?
Oh yeah.
I don't
they
know.
Don't even have that anymore.
Dude, like 2008, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Back when it was
Yeah.
good.
It's like whatever I had left of orange juice, a full fucking bottle of
That looks like piss that sat
peach
out for
tea.
a while.
and then just like a good like inch splash of vodka, you know.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, should I do that or water? But yeah.
So you took the healthy option, obviously.
Orange juice, bruh.
Orange juice.
Yeah, with vodka.
Yep. It's gonna clean out my
That
prostate.
sounds awful. Orange juice with vodka.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not good. It's bad.
It's like, yeah, it's not.
But I get so fucking
That was him farting.
oh,
just
yeah. It's one of them bendy straws.
Dylan, we did some stupid stuff too. Remember when we dressed
Yeah?
up? Like,
Uh-huh.
well, we didn't dress up, but we like got like fingernails, like fake fingernails,
Dude,
with Brett.
those bitches stayed on.
We wanted to see like how bad it hurt to break a nail, and it hurts. It actually hurts. So we
It
glued,
does.
super glued.
so
fake
we
nails.
did this.
Yeah, we did. We super glued
confused.
fake nails on our hands with Brett. Brett like tied his black hair up.
Brett's
in, like,
fingers smell like balls, like permanently too.
because the
Like,
dude couldn't keep his hands out of his own pants.
That's
started
true.
tugging on his scrot like mid conversation.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
we
Anyways,
we did so many things. Like we would slam our like hands against like doors, trying to like break them off and everything.
It's
And,
just
like
weird.
it hurt so bad.
yeah.
Like my fingers were bleeding. And Jeff,
Jeff.
Brett, that's what I meant
same
to say.
thing.
Same thing. Whatever his name
Fuck
is,
it.
it doesn't
Right.
matter.
Brett was like, he had this like, I think he rather liked dressing up as like a girl, cause he like
Yeah.
he called himself Big Tina, which was all right.
God damn.
He
Like,
looks like
we're
a
not
big
judging.
Tina.
I am.
But then we were sitting. It was like 3 a.m. when we were sitting on the recliners and we were watching something.
Oh, God.
And then Brett like rolls a ball in front of the TV and bends over and moons us, and we're like, "Oh shit!" And then he's
Dude.
like, "Oh wait!" After he stands back up, reaches back down, and Dylan, I'll let you explain the rest.
What, that his gaping hole was in my face?
Ooh.
He went to bend over and like grab the ball, like bare ass, and he just like he just ripped ass right there, and all I could see were his ass cheeks. Like they looked like sound waves.
If there was a
was
perfect
gross.
definition for that, it would be flabbered.
Flabbered.
those cheeks flabbered.
Yep.
That
Fuck it.
reminded
I
me-
make up words like my mom.
You remember when we were in summer school in 2008, I think? Maybe it's 2007. And we were on like a field trip at Big Hills.
Oh yeah, and that
then-
kid.
Yeah, this kid, I think his name was like
Pete.
he out of nowhere, he just like, me and Aaron are walking next to each other, and this kid's like maybe 15 feet in front of us, bends over to tie his shoe, like straight leg tie his shoe, and then and then he like just throws his arms in the air and runs and goes, ew.
And it was like, he wasn't like a little kid either. He was like a
No.
little bit bigger kid, and he was just like he I don't know. It's hard to explain because he was really like, he was like socially awkward.
Yeah.
Like he's probably a cool kid and everything. He's just, I mean, he was like us. He was young, and
That
he
made
was
me a fan of his, though,
weird.
a little bit.
Right. I
day.
never, like, anytime he said something, I was just like, oh man, this kid's all right. But it was like every time he said something, I would also think of when he farted in front of us and he flabbered. That's going to be the word of the day, is
Oh, yeah.
flabbered.
Oh god.
Awesome.
It was pretty awesome, actually.
I got another, because we were brought up Brett. I got another story of Josh that is worth mentioning.
The rhino cock.
What?
I'll explain that one later.
But remember when we went to go ding dong ditch like all the time,
Yeah.
and Brett's, for some reason, it was me, Aaron, Josh, and we wanted to go ding dong ditch, or I think it might have been Josh's idea at the time, or yours, I don't remember. But we went to Brett's house, and we were like, "Go do it, Josh! You can do it." They must have seen him coming because they opened the door right before he even started knocking. Like Brett's mom, and his ass still went and knocked on the door, even after it was open, and they could see his face.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts running, and I guess she almost grabbed him. It's just his face. He's like, guys. We were like hiding from him.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
We were like hiding in the woods.
I love that. I loved that day the most.
That was hilarious. That was a really good time, actually.
Yeah.
I was really proud that Josh and I were friends at that day.
Your stupidity has inspired me to love.
He's a goof.
Yeah, but without it, we wouldn't have these amazing stories.
Exactly. We wouldn't have these memories. So thanks, Josh.
Stories of the Big Bird.
Big Bird, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that was his thing. Yeah. He was Big Bird. He was that was his nickname.
And his gamer tag was Blind Shot.
Blind Shot. Yeah. Well, his second gamer tag,
Oh
His
yeah,
first
his
one
first
was-
one was Big Bird.
Big Bird.
Blind
like-
shot.
Yeah, because he was really bad.
Oh, I was thinking.
He only
Okay.
used a brute shot, and he kind of just
Oh,
he
yeah.
could so he didn't have to like zoom in like
Yeah.
Dan and I. I
We
was
were
like
pro at the time.
at Halo. We're talking obviously.
Okay.
Halo 3,
Halo
to
3,
be specific.
the good times.
Yeah.
Oh man, that game was so much fun.
I tried to play it the other day, and nobody plays it. They're
I
probably
believe
on
that.
the MCC or something.
I don't know well, never mind. I was playing Master Chief Collection. That's why I was able to get Halo 3 games.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I don't even know where my regular Halo 3 disc is.
I had to find mine, too.
I think mine's like still cracked or something.
Had a burp.
Ah.
Thought you were dabbing.
I thought it was
I
too.
hate dabs so much.
I don't even know what the.
I don't even know where or when it started. It needs to stop.
No, it's brilliant.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
so
No. No, I thought it was brilliant.
The only time I thought it was funny was I was watching a Vanoss video, and this guy had a character model of Hagrid, but they had like a mod where they were short. So it was like a short Hagrid, and he's like, he said something like, "What up?" And then he's, "All right, today in class we're gonna learn Avada Kedavra."
Dang.
That shit made me laugh. It was funny. And then he said, "Avada Kedavra," and he starts teabagging. Well, that's probably the only kind of dabbing I'll ever like.
Man.
That was funny. Otherwise, I can't stand it. I hate that they put it in the Call of Duty games. I don't know if they put it in the Destiny games. I hate it.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It
being
sucks.
informed that they did.
They added a lot of stuff, like that dance from like Hotline Bling or whatever that song
Oh yeah,
is.
I remember seeing that one.
They had the Carlton dance. That is probably my favorite one.
That is a good one.
I don't know
Yeah,
what the
all kinds.
fuck y'all are talking about.
You don't know the
I've never.
Carlton dance?
I know. I've never played like Destiny or like really
Call of Duty?
or anything.
It's like the recent Call of
Because I'm a
Duties.
bitch.
They made it where the top 3 or whatever players would be like displayed as like the MVPs and stuff, and then their characters would be there, and you can unlock like emotes, and that's what their
Okay.
emotes would be, was the dances.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
All right.
So I was looking at some old Facebook posts and everything
Oh yeah,
that I did in the past, and they're just like really cringy.
Oh shit.
cringy, huh?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
the best kind.
I mean, like one of them was funny, but that was like 2 years ago, so I was like still cool then. I was like, Dad, why?
In our own rights.
Well,
Yeah.
this one wasn't bad though. It was just like
Cooler at least.
yeah, it was more like I was talking to my dad, and I was like, Dad, why we keep changing TPs? My ass can't take this paper anymore. He's like, I know, it's like sandpaper. And I was like, and we were talking about my mom, and I was like, she must be in that Cherokee culture mode, changing TPs.
Oh
And
god.
Oh wow.
she commented on it, and she was kind of mad at me. But I probably deserved her anger. 2010, November 12th of 2010, I was like,
That would be sophomore year of high school.
Yep. I was pretty sick today. I sound like crap, but don't worry, I'm eating chicken noodle soup. It makes me happy above the trousers. above,
above
the
the
trousers.
trousers.
Yeah, I was like, wait. Like looking back at that, I was like, God, was I really that stupid? So that was a thing.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, I was like, sometimes my dad mumbles in his sleep, and I feel he's either trying to contact Crowley or dying. That's like a supernatural thing. But like my dad, like he legitimately, like he was to this point, like for a little bit, where he was just like, he would go to sleep on the couch or something out in the living room while he's watching like football or something, and then he'd just be like, how do I sound? And it like you had no idea what he just said, but like you're like, was he talking to me, Dad? You all right? And he's like, damn.
Thomas stayed at my house a while back, 2012, I think. He was playing the Ralphie May special on Netflix, and I was asleep. And he told a joke that I heard in my sleep. I woke up laughing, and he started laughing at me because he's like, "That's weird." And I was like, "I know, I've never done that before." Anyway, I thought that would be fun.
That's awesome. All right, I got another one. October 24th, 2010, also sophomore year. Another year where I was really weird. I was like, I seen her last night. We kissed. I slept like a baby.
Yeah.
LOL. ... Someone needs to come play Xbox with me. I still don't have my Halo Reach, so I'm kind of pissed. ... I was like, what the?
What the
Who
fuck?
was that?
That was me.
I mean, who was that about?
That's like
God, I don't
ADHD
even
in
know
one
who I
post.
kissed then.
It was
Jesus.
me. No, I'm kidding.
Probably.
Halo
I
Reach,
think I know.
man.
I think I know who it was. I'll tell you after, because I don't want to like bring their name up. So, I quoted something on October 23rd, 2010 about it was about the same person, same girl, and I was like, I quoted it. It was from I can't remember the name of the song, but it's from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, because we were singing in choir that year. So I said, "Oh no, not he. How you can accuse him is a mystery. Save him, take me." And then my buddy Cody, he ended up saying Benjamin is greater than the tall palm tree, which is the next line. And I was like, he is. And he's like, agreed. And then I have no idea how fast, like this this changed so fast. It was like, it's the truth and you can't fight it. No one can. I want to go see blank, this person. My dad's car has a bad tranny and its power steering is going bad. I'm thinking I might just walk. I don't know why I was talking about this. And he's like, oh, does she live close? I want to go with. First of all, I wouldn't bring you with because that would be weird. You'd be a third wheel. But most importantly, like, why did I just instantly drop to that? Like, we were so stupid in love back then. And it was just like every little thing was like, oh my God. Like, we always forsake
Oh my
our
God,
friends.
you farted.
I don't. Okay. But that's basically how it was. Like,
Yeah.
like if we had the chance to sniff our girl's fart, just because like it was like,
The hell is wrong with you?
I'm
Jesus.
saying like it was just so weird because like we'd forsake our friends in an instant if like there was a girl who paid attention to us, and it was like we were stupid for that reason. I mean, Dylan knows for sure what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
So there was something kind of similar to what you were just talking about, and the whole fart smelling thing. Anyway, I was going through iFunny, and because I was bored, I usually go through it when I'm going to sleep, and because it bores me, because it's not even funny anymore. But
Wait, did
I
you
was
say
going-
I know? I was like, I don't like that.
Is that a
bitch.
Superman sticker?
As soon as you told that story, I was like, that sounds like some shit I would do.
But so I was going through the collective, and usually the collective is garbage. People just post whatever that's not even remotely funny. And they were going, this guy like posted this picture of him in a conversation him and this girl were having in a feed on iFunny. But they were describing actions instead of saying things to each other. He says something like, holds her hand, or
like
takes your hand.
Like the
and
little
then-
star thing next
yeah,
to it?
and then I just started just going, what kind of stupid shit is this? And I wanted to comment in the middle and be like, fuck her already. Get to the good part.
I'm trying to read. Hurry up.
This is boring.
When's the next chapter come out?
Smack her ass.
You should have jumped in there and said smacks
Yeah.
ass or unzips pants. Like, you should have just dropped in on their
You should have
comments.
started a star
Breaks
fight.
wall.
Start-
Breaks wall. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, that was what reminded me of that.
starts twerking. Uncontrollably upside down.
Oh, my God.
You got any, like, really good ones from back then?
How about you go fuck yourself?
No, I'm curious.
I've heard that
this
post
one-
before.
I was an asshole. Well, not was,
I
but
think we all were.
this
Hard.
wasn't asshole-ish. This is
Yeah.
just stupid.
Well, I'm trying to get
October
better.
October 30th, 2011. Got married. That's the worst one.
Oh, man.
And then my it's
He
funny
wins.
because the
old
girl I
were
was
you then?
talking to 19.
19 when you got
19.
married.
Fucking
That's
idiot,
crazy.
man.
How old is she?
21. Yeah, 12.
12.
21 or 22.
21?
Yeah, and then my
He said
person I ended up talking to for a few years, like later, ended up she's the only one that commented, "Congrats, Dylan." So that's fucking awkward. And there's just so many posts like that. Like then there was this other fucking stupid one. Finally married. Thank you. Everyone that showed up yesterday. It was the greatest day of our lives.
Wow.
No, it wasn't. It was terrible. I just had to
What was
bullshit.
the greatest day then, Dylan?
The greatest day of my life?
Yeah, the actual greatest day.
Of my life or our lives?
Your life. 'Cause our lives, I'm
I don't
pretty
know,
sure you
dude.
know what yours and her life, like the best part of that was.
The
But what was
divorce.
the best-
Leaving? Yeah, I was gonna say the divorce.
But what was the best part of your life?
Oh, dude. I don't know. I don't know. Stuff's been pretty great recently, and then also just fucking skating like every day. Back in the day, that shit felt good.
Yeah.
Just falling down a fucking 6-set.
That did feel great back
Yeah,
then.
but yeah.
And that sounds so weird.
Other
But
than
got to do
that,
that
like I don't really know.
I was afraid of heights, and
Me
it
too.
wasn't
Me
that high,
too.
but I was still afraid of it.
just so everybody knows, Dylan actually has he has a Instagram and he has all these pages for his
Oh,
art.
flattered.
It's called Art of Flatbird. it's called The Art of Dylan Owens. So you should check it out if you get a chance. He does some really crazy good
It's
stuff
not
there.
that good.
People
But-
buy it.
People buy it.
Fair
It's
enough.
worth buying. And he
If
also
you're
does
into that.
commissions.
Yeah.
But he also goes to Comic-Cons. So if you ever go to a Comic-Con near Madison or anywhere in Chicago, somewhere around there,
Sound guy does cosplay.
most of the
Sound guy
time,
does cosplay.
most of the time we go there, and Dylan and I are selling art. So check us out, Art of Dylan Owens or Wicked Spray.
I'm just nodding like people can see me.
Is it Wicked Spray Art or is it Wicked Graphics?
It's
now?
Wicked
Art.
Graphics right
Wicked
now.
Graphics now?
Because I have both the pages. One Wicked is specifically for spray paint, and then the one with my name, it's just everything I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's what's up.
I
yeah.
mainly stick to phone apps.
But go to. I got nothing. Go to eBay. I got shit on there. Yeah,
You got shit on there?
yeah, like
People would
boxed
buy it.
shit.
Oh, that kind of. You didn't get shit on. You got shit.
No,
on.
I shit
There.
in a box.
And
I
What's
got
the shit
shit.
in
I
a
got
box?
shit on.
That's
Yeah.
You said you got shit on eBay.
Okay. Did eBay shit on me?
I got shit on.
They have
Period.
shit on
eBay.
Fucking what is it? A Cleveland steamer right on my chest or whatever.
Oh, that reminds me, you guys.
Oh God,
Why?
a Cleveland steamer. This isn't good.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys so rotten apple is actually an Urban Dictionary term too.
For real.
Okay, so ready for this?
Damn it.
It's a
Fuck
term
yeah.
synonymous with New York City. All right, so
We're not even affiliated with New York.
nope, not at all.
Going south fast already.
I've heard of it.
Okay, let me see if I can find it again.
The big old rotten apple. Jesus.
Is it a term for like assholes in New York or something?
No, I think it was a song.
Oh, well, maybe it's good then. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's an album, I think, or something like that for Alice in Chains or something.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I think that's where Joseph got it from,
Well,
being my brother.
that makes him a little. No, he's still a little douche.
So there's one term it's an offensive term for a teenager who had disciplinary problems, mainly in school, and is being rebellious against their parents. Which is kind of funny.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's like the one.
Me
That's the
too.
second best definition. The first one is when a guy fingers a girl in both holes, and the girl is on her rag, and he pulls out, and he has a red finger and a brown finger, thus getting a rotten apple.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
I
And,
think that one describes this more than me.
And,
No, I'm just kidding.
and the sentence with
Which one of you is
Man.
the asshole?
the sentence is, man, last night she didn't warn me and I got a rotten apple. So, yeah, that's the Urban Dictionary version,
Damn.
just so everybody knows. So,
Wasn't there
Oh my God.
another one too?
There probably is, I'm sure.
About like, what was it, like sticking it? I don't know if it's a full apple,
I've heard
but
of
like
a
apple
sour apple.
slices, like sticking them in a girl's like junk and shit, and just letting it sit there for 3 weeks, and then eating it afterwards
3
or something like
weeks?
that. I don't know.
Ew.
I'm down. No.
I don't remember. I know it's let me check. So most of it, there's that I found.
Oh.
Okay. So it says the rotten apple is where you cut up a apple, not an apple, and leave it in a girl's
So super
vagina.
urban.
Yeah. And leave it in a girl's vagina for 3 weeks so it gets nice and rotten. When you eat her out and eat the rotten apple out of her coochie,
Okay. That's what it was.
that's what you do
Coochie
after.
triggered
He's triggered, guys.
Jesus Christ.
Hence the name Rotten Apple. And the sentence they gave with it. Hey, Bill, what did you do last night? Jim? Oh, I gave Sally the rotten apple. It was gross, but she wanted me to. So
Peer
who...
pressure's never good.
That's peer pressure, man. I actually feel bad for Jim and him, Bill,
For hearing it.
for having to do it.
Jim's probably gonna blow his brains out now.
Probably. He already did. But he made her happy. And that's stuff you do in a marriage, right, Dylan?
Fuck. No. Not a shitty one.
Did you read all yours? Or do you have,
Oh, yeah,
you have more?
Huh? Oh, I
Yeah, keep
probably
going.
do.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Because I want to
shit,
hear
I
more
don't
of
have
these
that.
I got
coochie things.
distracted by coochie apples.
Coochie is...
Yes. You got to, because DC, man.
So Dylan was like,
I just gave him the like bro nod.
All right.
52. I don't know. Shit. Men equals trucks, beer, drywall, and raw meat. Fuck, I don't know. There was,
Was that a
oh
post,
shit.
or was that just
That was-
something...
That sounds like an ad.
No, that was a post I made. Fuck. And then like one time Aaron compared me to Pauly Shore because he's hilarious, because he's gullible and makes funny noises when he talks. And then you rated me an 8.7.
That makes about... Yeah, that's probably good.
Polly Shore.
Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
That dude must be... I don't like the way he talks, but he must be a real nice dude because
Freaky.
he couldn't... He was on
Because
Nick
he's
Cannon's...
like me.
He was on Nick Cannon's Wild 'N Out, and he couldn't do the rap battles. He didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Aw,
I
poor guy.
like him.
He like walked off the stage, and then they were like, you know what? Here, let's write some down for you, and you can just say it. We'll be fine with it. And so he did. I don't remember any of them, but he, like, just him not wanting to hurt anybody's feelings. I was like, well, come on, man.
Right, that's what the show's for.
Everybody does it.
But he's a nice guy, so it all comes down to that.
Fucking horrible taste in 2011, apparently. Best wife ever. Yeah. That's,
Most of these are about his wife,
Yeah.
apparently.
That needs to
Yes.
be the title of this.
yeah. Yesterday we saw Jack and Jill. You know, with
my
Adam
God.
Sandler. Went to Panda and watched the parade downtown. And today we're going to the Pipe Skate Park. We also made eggs and she got some Tampico.
You were so happy.
Well,
I missed
Jack
the
and
pipe
Jill.
though.
the Pipe Skate Park, though. Remember when we had that?
Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
That's the part that I'm most upset about.
Me- Not me. That's the second worst part. The worst part is I said best wife ever.
The pipe was really,
Yeah.
really fun. Like when we rented it out that one day, that was really, really cool.
All I remember is pain and the cold feel of the floor.
Oh God, it was so
agony.
cold in there. Like everything was like, everybody was like
Everyone
sniffling.
had to get a blanket.
Hell
Good
yeah,
times.
it was hard. You couldn't really sleep in there because it was cold. I just stayed up all night
Yeah.
and tried to skate until I like passed out.
I couldn't-
Anyways,
A
you got
couple
more
of
Dylan?
people tried to spoon under a fucking quarter
I remember
pipe.
that.
I remember that. Everyone was getting naked. I mean, oh, wrong pipe.
Whoa. Oh, that's what she said.
Got him.
Oh.
Oh god.
Wait, I don't know if I do. I just like when I was looking at this shit, I saw it all, and I was like, I should probably stop because I'm gonna probably kill myself.
Nah, man, that's why it's worth it.
This is so stupid.
Yeah.
Here for you.
I bet when those end of the world freaks crawl out of their holes, they're gonna feel really stupid. That was the whole thing.
I said something like that too. I was pissed.
And then my mom asked me if I was scared, and I just go, "No, I don't believe in that junk." That's it.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Fucking
Well, I don't
man.
have any posts.
That was
but I got
mostly
like
2011.
I can refer to some of my posts because they were all mostly the same anyway. So I remember in 2011 was a pretty weird year for me too, because all I did, I was like trying to get all the movie times of movies that weren't even out or even talked about yet, and I was like, well, they're coming out. Well, I mean, like their release
it's
dates
like,
and whatnot.
okay, this one gets released next year. I'm gonna go see it at 3:05 p.m.
Well, this one, I remember I felt like shit because I posted this. It wasn't really anything bad, but I was like, oh, hey, every Halo fan, the movie's confirmed. Coming out next year. Never came out. There's so much hype around that for me, at least. And they showed like I don't even know what it was for. It might have been for the actual game for Halo 3. It was like a live action short. I think it was 15 minutes long, and I thought it was part of the movie that was coming out. And I was like, oh, it's happening! And then find out it's not even coming out. And Halo has this thing where they like to release live action trailers for their games. And I was like, fuck you, Bungie. I was so mad.
Oh, but please come back, Bungie.
I don't know about that anymore.
Oh, I'd rather have Bungie.
I mean,
Bungie's still around. It's just Destiny.
I know, but I
don't
wish they
care
were-
for Destiny anymore.
No, but I care for Halo. I wish Bungie came back to Halo. 'Cause
They
I
did
actually
that.
like the multiplayer for Bungie specific.
They'd have to go back to Microsoft exclusive again.
Remember when we faced Bungie?
I didn't. You guys did.
You weren't in it?
No.
Okay.
We
Well,
would
we
have won
faced.
if I was in it.
True. Who did we have? Because someone was like really slacking. I had like, it was a 1st to 25, and I ended up getting like, I got like 16 or 17 kills out of it, and then like Roach was second, and I think Laura was in it, and I think it was Nick. That's why.
Yeah.
I think Nick was
your
kind of
downfall.
slacking. And Nick's usually really good, but he was like slacking that game hard. I think it was Nick.
Didn't you
yeah.
say you guys only lost by like a couple points?
It was 23 to 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd be so mad. That's like when we were playing Fortnite the other day and we got second place.
That's the worst. It's the worst feeling.
I would rather die at the beginning of the match than die near the end like that.
We
Oh,
were so close. That was your fault, though.
I was the only one left.
Yeah. So we
I didn't
counted
have any
on you.
backup.
We counted on you, and you like tried to snipe him while you were right next to him.
It
and
was
you're
an
like-
assault rifle.
and you just couldn't seem to get him.
First, I don't know why, but when I panic, my thumb doesn't want to move when I'm on the stick. I end up moving like slow like this, and while he's moving, I'm like barely missing his face while he's moving.
I was
Not by my
Okay,
screen,
I
you
was-
were.
Whatever.
I was thinking when you just panic in general, your thumbs just freeze.
Oh, before I forget, the whole Brett thing with the, what was it? What were we talking about with the Brett that I was supposed
Ass
to bring up?
cheeks,
Not the ass cheeks.
flabbered,
Not flabbered.
sweaty nuts,
He's naming everything off the table.
rhino cock.
Rhino cock.
Yeah,
That's what
I knew
was.
it as soon as I said it.
I hope so. So, anyways, one of the nights when I had my computer downstairs.
Oh, I think I've heard this story.
It was like in our bar area, and my I was playing Lord of the Rings: Battle for Middle Earth 1 because it was on PC
That
at
was
the
a
time,
pretty good game.
and I borrowed it from my friend AJ at the time. So I was just kind of playing, and then I go somewhere, and I don't remember where I went, but like I come back, and then Brett's like, "You ever see a rhino cock?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Look," and pulls up pictures of it, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And like, my mom, I could hear her coming down the stairs, and I was like, no. And he's just like talking about it, just laughing. And he's like, it's the size of my forearm. And like, my mom gets downstairs and asks me a question. I'm like, trying to hide it as best as I can.
Your
but
laugh?
I'm 90% sure. No, just
The pictures?
the pictures in general.
Oh, they were on your
They were
desktop.
on the like screen.
Oh, I forgot. They
And
didn't
she
have
was like-
smartphones yet.
Yeah, she was like, I swear she was trying to, she was like, I'm pretty sure she saw it. And she was probably like, oh God, my son's gay. And I was like, this is Brett's fault. And I was like, and my computer the next day had viruses. And I was so upset.
Yeah.
And I was like, Brett, come on, man. Like,
Should
damn
have put
it,
some
man.
protection on that rhino cock.
I should have put the condom on my computer.
Yeah.
Didn't you say one time he got caught jerking it by your sister?
Nah, I don't remember. Probably.
I think I remember the story. You said something like he had headphones on and he was just like going at it. And like, or I don't know who I heard it from. I think it was you because it was at your house.
Probably.
So I think from what I heard, your sister walks down and like goes, and he like turns his head slowly and looks at her and. Oh no, his hand was in his pants. He didn't actually have it out. That's what it was. And then because we called him out on
I
it.
don't think he was jerking it, but like,
We called him out on it. I remember that. And he said, I was scratching. I was rearranging.
he just had to figure out every excuse and make sure that he got them all out. So just in case he had some other thing to fall back on.
It was so funny.
That's not how you scratch. Oh man, that was weird.
Yeah, that was funny. So
All right, what else you got, Dan?
it's not a post, but remember, it's probably still on there as like this, but apparently I'm Thomas's daughter and your grandma.
You're my grandma?
Yeah, on Facebook.
We used to actually have that, like, I accepted that on Facebook, like, when we requested it to each other for some reason. I don't know why. We were really weird.
It was funny, though.
But it was funny. We requested it, like, to each other, because I know, like, on Facebook how you can have, like, family of and this. And it's like, we ended up having that.
It was great.
It's pretty awesome.
I don't remember what the post was, but Thomas commented something like, yay, good daughter. And you said, why, Grandma?
I remember that, though. I remember why it was funny. I don't remember why it was funny. I remember us saying that and why that was funny.
Yeah, it was good times.
It was a good time.
Good times.
It was a ridiculous time, though.
Oh, okay. Because I don't have any more left, but I got to show you guys the pictures.
Oh, yeah, that bear that mauled those people, that was
Yeah.
like...
So this picture's about,
I'm
I think it was
uncomfortable.
in March of 2016, so it's fairly old. But I just saw it on the internet. Someone posted it on Facebook yesterday of this group of pictures, and this is a very massive bear.
What the fuck?
It's like
That's not a
gargantuan.
bear.
Yeah, that thing is huge.
It's a fucking
it is.
dinosaur.
Yeah, it's if you had to guess how heavy that was, what would you say?
God, I'd say probably...
I'd say a
It's
semi truck.
probably around maybe a little over a ton.
Yeah. Good lord, it's
Because
heavy.
if you think about it, rhinos are like 3 tons. That's probably the size of a rhino.
It looks like
It might be bigger.
So it might be like a couple ton or so.
It looks like one of those like gigantic wooden creatures that they just have in like the playground and shit.
Oh yeah,
Like,
like
You know, they have that-
yogis.
Yeah.
And then they skinned it, and the skin. I mean,
You
it
could
doesn't-
wrap yourself in that like 4
yeah,
times.
it looks like it's about. I'm assuming average height.
That's a
Those
fitted
guys
sheep.
are about 6 feet tall, so that's about 10 feet or more. Even though it might seem average for a bear, I guess.
It's like a king size bed sheet.
Yeah, and then so in order for them to move this bear, they had to get a truck with a crane on it to pull it out. So they had to like drag, like
Yeah.
really hook it up and
Yeah,
move
no
this
kidding.
thing. And it was, I don't know how heavy duty this crane is, but I'm assuming if you bring in a crane, it's pretty heavy
It's got to
duty.
be pretty strong.
And
The bear got gains for days.
and that's the size of its paw.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's bigger than my
shit.
head.
It's about, I'd say, almost 2 feet long, maybe.
You use that shit for a rake.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
That's like half of me.
Yeah. It's half of our sound guy.
And then these are a little bit more disturbing. These are like the mauled hikers that the bear came across, and it's oh god,
Oh,
God.
shit.
yeah. It's-
That is his spine that I
yeah,
see.
and some of the back of his pelvis. It's
Oh, my
kinda
goodness.
disgusting.
Yeah.
It's actually really disgusting.
He didn't
I was
make it.
Pretty sick.
He didn't make it.
Yeah, it made me sick, but I couldn't stop looking at it. And then this one, I'm
He
gonna.
looks like a fish.
This one's a lot more gruesome.
Oh, great.
I'm gonna die here. Oh shit.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
yeah.
this guy's actually shredded. And
He's still alive?
He needs
Yeah.
some milk.
He needs some milk.
and oh god,
I just died inside a little bit.
yeah.
That's crazy. His head was off his body. His leg was like just kind of chilling. Just kind of kicking it.
I'm gonna post this. Should we make a?
Like post the pictures and do not copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with it.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is taken by someone that came across the bodies. I don't think it was anybody.
Right.
That,
Just
but,
just so everyone knows, we're going to be posting these pictures, so look at your own discretion. We'll make sure that it's covered up with an album cover, so you don't actually have to like see them right away while you're like looking at our page, because we are making a page.
I could just show just the bear and skip the bodies. Because that is pretty disturbing.
It is really disturbing, but it is what it is.
Oh, it makes me sick.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
$10 says he tried to wrestle that shit.
I swear.
It was in
That's what I was
Russia.
saying.
It was in Russia.
That's what I
bet
was
they
saying.
won.
They were probably trying to fight him.
macho.
1v1 me.
I'm going to
I
block
swear-
you.
I swear they're just like, okay, we're gonna go try to wrestle a bear, and guy was just like,
I swear.
He's like, bet.
Wait, he didn't
Forgot the enchanted steel chair.
He's like, bro, that's a real bear. No, it's not.
Is that the bear from Tekken?
Oh, yeah. That is even bigger than that bear.
True. Jeez.
Oh, that was the name. Ursa Major. That's who I was thinking of.
What?
It reminded me of. I think that's the name. I forgot the name of the group. But it's like this bear dude that fucking fought the Hulk.
Oh,
With like 3 other Russian. It was like a Russian team, yeah.
man, bear, pig.
Yeah. It's called Man Bear Pig.
Half man, half bear, and half pig. How can it be 3 halves?
Shut up. Don't ask questions.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's going to conclude our podcast tonight. Appreciate everybody listening in. Look forward to more. And thanks to our sound guy, Juan Carlos. the real MVP here. And that'll be everything. Everybody stay frosty and fresh. And wear deodorant, please.
Don't put an apple in your vagina.
Don't put an apple in your vagina.
Or your coochie.
And watch out for rotten apples. Make sure she tells you when.
Yeah. Okay, guys.